Yeah, for me the tattoo symbolises, the adventure I embarked on. When I brought obviously my family over here, three young children who loved the city and loved everything about Sydney. Obviously the club and everything that came with it. And the Sydney derby is obviously the pinnacle of Sydney football and probably the A-League really. It's the derby of the A-League and granted we've not been great or results-wise we've not been great and not got the right results. And Western Sydney have got the right results in the last 2 years. So we need to put that right, obviously, and hopefully we can do that here. Where I think the last time we won was at the SCG here. Yeah, I think obviously it's massively important to us. Obviously we've had other success besides the derby in all the other things, but this is the thing that's been lacking for us. And I think as a club we're desperate to win this one. Obviously the Premier's place is probably out of our reach, but I think obviously winning the derby and reversing the result of the last few games is massive for us as players, fans, and obviously coaching staff as well.
What do you need to do differently to turn those performances into wins against the Wanderers?
Well, from what I've seen, take our chances. I think we've dominated the ball in the majority of the derbies that I played in prior to leaving, and obviously the last one that I watched as well. We dominated the ball, had chances, and we didn't manage to convert them. And they were brilliant on the break and took their chances, and that's what's massive in games like this. It's often the small margins where you're punished, and they have 3 or 4 shots and score 3 goals, and we have maybe 10 shots and score 2. It's not ideal. Obviously, you're not going to win the game, so we have to tighten up on that on both ends of the pitch, and hopefully I can come back and help contribute in that.
Is it good to be in a derby where you can make potentially a difference again, because you've watched the last few and that must be frustrating?
Yeah, of course. I'm sort of licking my lips really watching the games. There's so many chances. I can't wait to get started and obviously at the back of the net. Obviously when I came on against Western, we had a lot of chances in the first half, and I was disappointed not to have an hat-trick by the end of that game as well, even though I did score. And obviously the game against Victory, obviously Bobby nicked one on the line from me, and we dominated the ball but didn't really create that many chances that game. And we've got to take steps from that and go further, obviously, in the derby as well.
How's it been? How's that partnership emerging for you guys? Are you starting to look at each other's runs, movements, etc.?
Yeah, well, it's obviously the first time we played together, and it was a bit obviously of a shock. Obviously, Trent was starting and got injured in the warm-up, and then Bobby started with me, and I think we linked up really well. I think if you watch the game, the combinations between me and Bobby were fantastic. I was sort of coming around the front of him and linking the play up, which is probably something I've not really shown here, because I've been in the box or running in behind into the channels, and me and Costa have sort of been penetrating that way, whereas we've not really looked to play off the feet of me and Bobby now. So that's a total different proposition for teams to face, I guess.
If there's a penalty to win the match, do you take it, or does Bobo?
Yeah, are you being serious? I think it's me, innit? I don't need to answer it, do I?
You've come in late in the season, but this team right now compared to the previous teams that have had so much success that you played in, how do you see them sort of comparing?
Yeah, I think we're very similar. Obviously, we've added more goals because obviously Bobby's there. He's got nearly 10 goals, and obviously he didn't really have a pre-season, so he's a formidable goal scorer. We've got a lot of weapons and a lot of depth now, which is something probably we've not had for a long time. And even the young boys. You look at Woody, who looks to be an outstanding young player, and other young players who we've got as well. So I think we've got a lot more depth than we've had before.
And how's your fitness? Is it 3-4 weeks back from quarantine?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel really good. I was running around like a madman against Victory, and sort of predetermined before the game I would only play 60 minutes, just obviously because I played 30 minutes and in the Ballarat game and sort of build me up from there. But I feel really good fitness-wise. The only thing I can do in quarantine was run on a treadmill, so that was the only thing I was looking forward to. So, that's how sad my life was in there. So I kept myself fit.